Hello, Dave and Tim here at the Single Malt Review on the 6th of December for what would have been our 6th Advent Calendar beer of the season. Alas, the technical gremlins have struck and we lost the footage.
R.I.P. Epic Pale Ale.
Epic are a classic New Zealand brewer. Epic Pale is a classic, epically hoppy brew. We had a good time with it.
Good stuff, good stuff. We definitely guessed it right. We definitely didn't get it wrong and think it was IPA. Anyway, moving on. So for my second labour of punishment for overwriting the files, we're not going to do another Baltica.
Mistake there.
Oh, that beer is going to take a long time to leave me, more than the 7 to 12 hours that it normally takes. Anyway, we're going to. I'm going to execute some actual beer knowledge here and do some beer teaching because, similarly ginormous, only a comparatively sensible 5.7% ABV, and quite helpfully for us, a rescrewable lid, so we don't have to contemplate drinking the whole thing.
Also, it's a bit of local flavour.
Yeah, from Sprig and Fern in Nelson. This is, what do they even call it? Cream of the hop. Very funny. And it's a Nectaron Pale Ale. And I got this because I wanted to talk about Nectaron, which is the name of a hop that has been used, but it's quite an exciting hop because it was only classified in its commercial variant as Nectaron just last year. Before that, it was codename Hort 4337 for many, many, many years during its development. Hops typically take a very, very, very long time to develop and tweak and get right to the point where the hop creators are down to put a brand name on them and send them out to market. But this did finally happen last year for our wee Nectaron here. So you might start seeing it in beers overseas. I think they'll be pretty into this in the American IPA scene because it's a real sort of fruity, tropical pineapple, big time pineapple, and I really like it. I think it's going to be a missing link that we don't have in New Zealand hops, where we can make better American style West Coast IPAs with our own stuff. It's always been a bit of a weakness with New Zealand hops that ours are just too tropical, too sort of soft, rounded, juicy flavours. We don't have that hard pine and grapefruit that you need to keep a big, strong West Coaster propped up without going flabby.
Because one of the big names in New Zealand hops is Nelson Sauvin. It's from the same region as this fella, but it has a distinct taste of Sauvignon Blanc white wine. So, yes, Nectaron I've tried once before in a single hop beer from one of our local brewers, Castles, so I'm keen to try this one. Sprig and Fern have become a real powerhouse in New Zealand brewing. They haven't been around a terribly long time, but they've done big things during their life.
Funny you say they haven't been around for a terribly long time. They have been visible for a terribly long time.
Gotcha.
Making these cool bottles you actually look at. They've been one of the many sort of breweries in Nelson that has existed for absolutely yonks.
Okay. Right.
But they've just kind of knocked around making ordinary beer for ordinary drinkers. And even when they got into the craft space, they kind of just sat there making these riggers, these plastic riggers of beer, and not even bottling in glass, and the labels were just the same drab stuff, and so they just went completely unnoticed. Someone clearly finally realised this, and in the last couple of years they've just exploded with creativity and new beers, and I'm sure they are doing numbers because of it, because there seems like there's a new Sprig and Fern every week, if not every month. So yeah, really, really good stuff. And the Nectaron hop, I think, as we're seeing here, in a not even an IPA, just a pretty mildly strong pale, it really does the business.
It does. Big flavours of nectarine, as you'd expect. A lot of mango. I get big mango and a bit of grapefruit.
Yeah.
Lots of very fresh, like freshly peeled, freshly squeezed fruit flavours.
Yeah, depending on how it's deployed, it sort of takes on a lot of forms. A lot of people are, and I think this is a bit of a mistake, not just because I'm a hazy hater, but a lot of people are using it in hazies at the moment, hazy IPAs, and I don't think that's where it shines, because hazies are always going to be super juicy, ripe, soft, teetering on overripe beers, in my opinion. And it's only when you get a nice bright beer like this one, and in IPAs, I think it really, really shines, because then you get that nice, good sharpness in addition to the tropical fruit, and it's that sharp quality, the sharp citrus, that we're kind of lacking in our New Zealand hops. We still haven't cracked the pine. That's just something so intrinsic to Yakima, and whatever interesting hop terroir, hop sorcery they take part in over there, they just seem to have, the American hops just have the market on that really sort of cool menthol, sharp, piney flavour. And I wish we could grow our own over here because they're so damned expensive. But never mind, we'll let Yakima keep the market on that one for a bit longer. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about this one. And I have now paid my debt to the long-suffering file system, and we can get back to work with the mystery beers.
We'll be back into our calendar.
Don't drop it.
Nope, we good.
Okay, all right, back to work. Hope you enjoyed that one, and let me know if you've seen any Nectaron hopped beers showing up, because they're from our, well, part of them is from our backyard. So anyway, cheers, we will be right back.